What's up guys, and welcome to the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator Tournament. Today we are going to be finding out who is the best unit in this game, with some exceptions. I wanted to point this out at the beginning because not every unit is going to be in this tournament. If you've played or watched the game at all, you know there are some units that are way too overpowered, borderline invincible, so having them in a tournament wouldn't really make any sense. They would automatically win. So before we begin, let me run over which units won't be participating. At the number 1 best unit in the game, we have Chunk Norris. That's right, not to be confused with his brother, it is Chunk. Not only does he have 1,000,000 health, but if it gets depleted, he regenerates it all. He is literally invincible. Not even a nuke can kill him, so having him in a tournament would be pretty redundant. At the number 2 spot, we have the Golden Knight, and at the number 3 spot, we have the Giant Ogre. Here you can see 25 Golden Knights against 250 Heavy Knights, and they suffer almost no casualties. They aren't technically invincible, but they're pretty freaking strong. It is the same thing with the Giant Ogres. There's really no way to fairly put them in a tournament because they're just so powerful. And at the number 4 spot, we have the Catapult. So this was a bit of a fringe unit for me. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to include it or not because they will suffer casualties, but again, it's the kind of unit that can take down 5 or 6 of any other unit in the game. They're too strong. There's no fair way to put them in a tournament and not have them automatically win. So we're gonna find out who is the best of the rest, technically the 5th best unit. And before we begin, I want you guys to go down to the comment section and leave a comment telling me who you think is the best contestant. Who do you think is gonna win? Because personally, I have no idea. A lot of these units have strengths and weaknesses. I think some of them are gonna be strong versus others, and all of the matches have been randomly paired up, so I really have no idea. Heavy Knight versus Orc. All of round 1 we fought with 250 units versus 250 units, and I chose that because I don't want tens of thousands. It'd be the same thing, we'd be here for like half an hour for each battle, but at the same time, you know, I want there to be a decent sample size, and I want to get right up close and see what the units are doing. That's the biggest thing, is when you have giant armies of tens of thousands fighting each other, it's really easy to miss like how they're winning. I'm not just interested in who wins, I'm interested in how they're doing it, and there's definitely a lot of casualties on both sides. They're both technically melee units, but it's interesting to see how they fight differently. Like the Heavy Knight has armor, has a shield, it's a little bit more defensive, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot versus an aggressive orc with pierced nipples. Uh-oh, I think things just turned in favor of the Heavy Knight. You can see on the right that they've already taken out half of the forces and now they're moving in and kind of swinging around. You know, numbers aren't too bad. There's definitely still some orcs left. The issue is, some of them aren't really fighting. Dude, what are you doing? You're not facing the battle, dude. Get in there. Go on, there you go. I mean, some knights are doing that too, but still. You gotta make every unit count when you only have 2, 1, and none left. Okay, that was a close battle. Good first round. And the winner is Heavy Knight. Archers versus Zombies. We have our first ranged unit of the tournament, and I've never actually seen the Archer played in this game, so I have no idea how effective they're gonna be. I'm gonna guess that arrows aren't super good against zombies, because if the zombies make that distance, the archers might be in trouble. I want to say that they're glass cannons, but we're gonna find out. Oh, they're getting close. They're getting real close. Right up in your, whoa, what the hell? Did you see that? What? Oh, they actually turned them into zombies. Look at that, when they fight somebody, a zombie pops out of their body. I've never seen that. It's like I said, I've played with zombies before, but I've never been close up to them. Oh my god, this was a slaughter. I'm pretty sure the intro screen lasted, okay, shut up. And the winner is Zombies. Roman versus US Soldier. These ranged units I do have some experience with, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that these brass shields aren't gonna do a whole lot, right? Okay, well, we're gonna find out. They're taking, oh, I was gonna say you can see blood through their shields. Yeah. Maybe guns shouldn't have been included in the tournament. That might have been a mistake. And the winner is US Soldier. Spartan versus Persian. Hey, there we go. This is completely random. I did not choose this, but I'm happy that we got to see this matchup because this is something that I haven't done in my regular episodes yet. We have Spartans versus Persians, except for this time, they're on even playing field, right? It's 250 versus 250 rather than 300 versus tens of thousands, so they still got their spear action going. I've never actually seen the Persians either. They have weird, well, I was gonna say they have weird little feathered hats, but they die so quickly I can't really, oh my god. Okay. Did they lose a single Spartan? I'm happy that the soldiers aren't the only ones slaughtering other units. Means round 2 might actually be interesting. And the winner is Spartan. Cavalry versus Spearmen. The cavalry are gonna be contenders, right? There's really no two ways about it. When you put a soldier on the back of a horse, all of a sudden they have a giant creature that they are on the back of. It's not really rocket science here. Historically, very powerful unit, but at the same time, historically, spearmen are kind of anti-cavalry, right? They should be able to keep them at a distance, spear the horses and stuff like that, or get run over. Whoa, hold on a second. The horses attack? Wait, the horses headbutt? Am I seeing this right? No, the swordsmen on the back attack, and the horses headbutt, and they can run over units. How is that fair? Gonna go out on a limb and say that it's not, because these spearmen got slaughtered. Like they're just getting surrounded by bloodthirsty horses. Okay. Round 2 is gonna be really interesting. And the winner is Cavalry. Wildmen versus Footmen. I'd imagine this might be one of our fairer battles yet, right? Once again, we have one unit with fully clad armor, a shield, only one weapon, quite defensive, versus people wearing pelts, 2 weapons, mostly offensive. So it should be interesting to see who wins out. So far in this game, we have found that offense wins. They're also like 7 feet tall. This is the stuff you don't notice when you're looking at like a peppered landscape of tens of thousands of them. Oh my god. Not looking great for our armored-clad friends, right? Their numbers are dwindling, they're getting pinched around the corners. Yeah, this is super over. I don't know if they've taken down a single wild man. This was just, again, if we've learned anything from the round so far, it's that offense is the best defense. And the winner is Wild Men. It's a halftime show, halftime show, halftime show, halftime show. While the victors are preparing for the next round, I figured we would have a bit of a halftime show. You know, I know a lot of people want to see these units, but obviously they can't be included in a tournament. It wouldn't really be fair, so we'll just have them perform. And by perform, I mean get smooshed. Okay, penguins aren't doing so good. How about chickens? No! They're getting pounded into pillows. Turtles? Turtles, are you guys doing okay? They're actually doing quite a bit better. That's surprising. Yeah, look at that. Everybody else is done. Turtles are still going strong. So even in the halftime show, we have learned something. The turtle, the tortoise, is technically the strongest animal. Defense is the best defense. Spartan versus Heavy Knight. I think this is the matchup that I wanted to see the most. You know, we do have 2 very similar units. They both have 1 weapon, they both have a shield. One has armor, one has a loincloth. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays into it at all. I don't really think it will. I'm still gonna put my money on the Spartans because they seem really freaking strong. Like, what's the point of having armor if a spear just goes straight through it? The bodies are piling up, and most of them are Heavy Knights. Their numbers are dwindling, which isn't a good sign, because Spartans are used to fighting with the lower numbers. Yeah, once they start to get pinched on the sides like that, you know it's for sure over. They did kill some Spartans. I do see 1, 2, maybe a couple. So they did a little better. And the winner is Spartan. Cavalry versus Wildman. If there's any foot soldier that can take down a horse, I would imagine it's the 7-foot-tall wild men. They probably eat horses, right? And they do have 2 weapons, one for the horse, one for the rider. So let's see if that's gonna pan out at all for, oh, okay. The fact that their charge kills units is ridiculous. Like, as soon as they meet, the first wave of forces for the Wildmen are dead. Like, they've already lost, like what, maybe 20% of their units before the battle even really starts. Not 100% sure if they're killing some units or just showing them a good time. No, they're definitely killing some of them. I see a lot of horses piled up. I also see a lot of horses flanking them. No, you're getting surrounded. That's what the horses do. They make their little horse orgy pile and then, oh yeah, you're boned. No, you're done. I really thought that the Wildmen would be the ones to pull it off, but not even close. And the winner is Cavalry. Zombies versus US Soldier. Don't blink. This is gonna be a quick one. Either the zombies are gonna make the distance and turn them all into zombies, or they're all gonna get plowed down. We're gonna find out. So far, okay, they're taking shots, but they're not dropping quite as easily as I would have expected. They're making up ground. They're getting closer. I don't think there's enough of them, though. No, this is not gonna go well for the zombies. That's how it's gonna be for every unit that has to face these soldiers, because they're not gonna lose anybody if nobody can attack them. And the winner is US Soldier. Spartan versus US Soldier. Since we've had 3 units move on to the finals, we're gonna have each of them face off against each other to find out who's the best, the second best, and the third best. I figured that's the fairest way to go about things. I've also upgraded the number of units. That might actually play in the favor of the Spartans, because they need to make up that distance, and if it means more cannon fodder in the front for people in the back to get closer, then it might pay off. I don't really know. I get the feeling it's not really gonna pay off. These World War II soldiers seem pretty overpowered. Oh, okay, no, they've got there. They are killing some of them. They're proving that they're stronger than the people that have faced them before, but at the same time, trading one soldier for 50, 100, all of the Spartans, not really gonna pay off. They took a dent out of them though. And the winner is US Soldier. Cavalry versus Spartan. The Spartans may have lost, but again, they get to play for that silver medal, and I feel like if they do have a spear, they should be at an advantage. It's really the only way to kill somebody on horseback is to have that reach, or to keep the horse at bay from running you over, so let's see if they employ that. They're still kind of getting run over by the first wave. It's not as bad though. Okay, they're actually like forming a cohesive group and mounting some kind of defense. There are a lot of horses though. Even getting pinched on the sides and literally charged through, there's still a lot. Oh god, yeah, they're charging right through the middle of them. They're like sectioning them up into smaller groups. I don't know if that's some kind of tactic or if they've just found a weak point. Oh, and the surrounding begins. The cavalry is fun to watch. I gotta say, they're a really interesting unit, but they're so freaking overpowered. They have 3 different ways of killing people. There's only a few Spartans left. They're getting surrounded, but they're gonna fight until their dying breath like a true Spartan. And they did a good job. I'm seeing like a lot of dead horses, right? Are they still alive? How are they still fighting? That must be the king in there in the center still going. Okay, guys, finish him off, because you know what? I don't normally want to do this, but I actually do want to see. Oh my god, look at the horses. How many died? I need to know. They killed 914 of them. So there was only like 86 left. It's pretty good. And the winner is Cavalry. Cavalry versus US Soldier. This is about as interesting of a final as I could have hoped for, honestly, because the cavalry have proven that they use really weird tactics, they have multiple different ways of attacking, they're really fast, and being fast is the one thing that should be able to take down the soldiers, right? They've cut down every unit up until this point because they haven't been able to make that distance. So are the horses going to be able to get in? Oh, they're actually doing it! Okay, so they are taking down soldiers, they're running into them, they're horse headbutting them. There were so many horses getting shot, but at the same time, there are so many more coming. It's gonna be really hard to judge until we get down to the last few men. They're holding out, though. They're really only clipping the edges, right? You can see they're getting pinched in the top end, but the soldiers are cutting them down in the middle. I don't believe this right now. Somebody actually, yeah, it's super over. It has to be. Cavalry are dead. The grand champion is US Soldier. And to the victor goes the spoils. Congratulations, soldiers. But I think that's going to be it for this episode of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, guys, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to make this video at all. Honestly, you know, when I made my last Tabs tournament, a lot of people enjoyed it, but a lot of people hated it. It got a lot of hate because, you know, some people will have their favorite unit lose and they'll think it's rigged. I won't include certain units that people wanted to see. It just ends up with a ton of dislikes and it discourages me from doing more. So if you guys want to see more, be sure to leave a like on the video, leave a little positive encouragement, and maybe I'll do some more. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.